Week 2 of OTAs is complete. Who looked good, who struggled, and a kicking situation gets even more interesting. All of that on a Friday. Locked on Lions.
You are Locked On Lions, your daily Detroit Lions podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What's going on, everybody? Matt Dery with you. It is a Friday episode, Locked On Lions, on the Locked On Podcast Network, Friday, June 2nd into Saturday, June 3rd. Beautiful sunny day here in the Motor City. It is hot out there, and the Lions are done with week 2 of OTAs. We got a mandatory mini camp coming up, and then training camp right around the corner in a couple of months, at the end of next month, to be completely honest. But thanks for listening, checking us out wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks to our everydayers out there who check us out each and every day. And those of you that follow me on Twitter at Dery Speaks, at Locked On Lions on Twitter, the Matt Dery Facebook fan page. And thank you for watching for free and subscribing on our Locked On Lions YouTube channel. Coming up today, PFF top 32 tackles in the NFL. Do the Lions have 2 top 20 tackles in this league? We will tell you coming up momentarily, courtesy of our friends at PFF. Yesterday, the media was there for the final day of OTAs, and the kicking situation was interesting. No Michael Badgley, but John Parker Romo going toe-to-toe with Riley Patterson. There was a clear winner. We will tell you about that coming up momentarily as well. And Kirby Joseph, on and off the field, is always interesting. All of that today right here on Locked On Lions, Locked On Podcast Network. Again, Matt Dery with you. If you are new to the podcast, welcome. Thank you for being with us. We have been around since 2016 doing Locked On Lions. We've had the YouTube channel up now for almost a year. And appreciate everybody checking us out. Tell your friends about us. If you're new to the show, like I said, thank you for being here. You guys all know me. Been around this market over 25 years and love talking Lions. And it's exciting. It's a great time to be a Lions fan. I just got invited. My good friend, Turner Batdorf, the man that gave us the 222 Rodwood Drive sign. Yes, Turner, thank you. Turner hit me up the other day. He and his dad want to, hold on, I'll put this where it was. He and his dad are apparently taking me to the Monday night game against the Raiders. Thank you, Turner, for the invite. Taking you up on that. We will be there for Lions Raiders. I'd love to. Even somehow I coaxed my wife into coming. How about that? She doesn't hate the Lions, but she knows that Sundays are like Lions Day in the fall, and I think she would love for me to take her to the cider mill once in a while or do something else on Sundays. But she knows I'm in front of the TV and then I'm on the computer doing the show. Although all these Monday and Thursday and Saturday night games, this is great. I'm going to have some Sundays free with my wife. So there you go. But thank you, Turner, who is also an everydayer here on Locked On Lions. All right. I want to do this. I want to start with the kicking situation. I don't know why, but and if you've been listening to the show for the last 3 years, ever since Brad Holmes got here, I've been obsessed with the Lions kicking situation. Kickers, whatever. If you have a really good one, it's great. If you have a bad one, you usually replace them. A lot of coaches don't rely on their kickers anymore. It's 2023 now. NFL coaches love going for 2, love gambling. The Ravens, like Justin Tucker, is a god. He's unbelievable. After him, there's a bunch of other good ones, but, this isn't like the old days when you had the Rolf Benershkas of the world with the Chargers, or the Barr brothers, Matt Barr and Chris Barr, or Mark Mosley, or guys that used, Pete Stoyanovich, that were money. Jason Hansen, all right? Matt Prater was good for a while. Ever since Matt Prater left and the Lions didn't offer him a second year, and he went to Arizona, the Lions kicking situation has been a bit of a dumpster fire, all right? We've gone through the list numerous times. Now, for the first time in 2 weeks, at least in front of the media at OTAs, they had a little kicking competition yesterday between newly signed from the XFL, John Parker Romo, and the newly acquired for the second time in his life, Riley Patterson is a Lion again. Patterson, of course, acquired from the Jaguars for a future 7th-round pick after Jacksonville signed Brandon McManus. The leader right now in the clubhouse to win the job is Michael Badgley again, but he didn't kick yesterday in front of the media. But JPR, John Parker Romo of the Brahmas of the XFL, went toe-to-toe with Riley Patterson. They had a little contest at the end of practice. 43 yards, 47 yards, another 47-yarder, 53 yards, and 57 yards. Riley Patterson missed wide left, one of his 47-yarders. And on his 57-yard attempt, wide left and short. John Parker Romo nailed all 5 of his kicks. Like, destroyed the 57-yard one. According to prideofdetroit.com, quote, Romo wasn't done. He nailed a 61-yard field goal to cap off a simulated end-of-regulation game-tying drive. Patterson did nail a pair of 53-yard field goals in that same end-of-regulation simulation. But all in all, Romo went 6 for 7. He's only missed from 63 yards. Patterson, 5 of 7, with misses from 47 and 57. Thank you to Jeremy Reisman at Pride of Detroit for that information. Again, take it for what it's worth. The Lions kicking situation is a comedy show. It really is. It's a circus. So the leader now for the second spot behind Badgley, apparently right now, is John Parker Romo. Guy's got a great leg. I was reading Jeff Risdon in the Lions Wire today too, and he said the same thing. Guy's got a tremendous leg. Played at a couple different colleges, caught on at the XFL. Sometimes that's where you find these guys. But for the Lions, they need consistency. Last year's Austin Seibert debacle in Minnesota cost them, I'm not going to say cost them the division, but might have cost them a playoff spot. All right? He was horrible in that game. Oh God, who was the guy they signed for like 1 week and he was so bad? I can't even remember his name. They just, they seemingly every year go through 3 kickers. Badgley at the end of the year brought some semi-decent consistency to the table. His issue is outside of about 47, he's not making anything. Romo's knocking in 61-yarders in practice. So we'll see where this goes and if this goes anywhere. But remember, with Dan Campbell and the way he likes to gamble on 4th downs, those long 61-yard field goal attempts usually aren't in the arsenal for Coach Campbell. But maybe this Romo guy is going to be the next Jason Hanson. I don't know. Or Matt Prater. But that's where the kicking situation currently stands. It's juicy and interesting. The Lions don't have a lot of juicy or interesting sidebars for spots on the roster. For starting jobs. We kind of know who's going to be where. The one giant question mark is at kicker. So there you go. That's your kicking update for today. Let's discuss the offensive line rankings from PFF. We will do that coming up next. Also want to talk a little bit about Kirby Joseph. But first on a Friday, hey, how many of you got in on that Nuggets Heat action last night? I thought Denver was like a 9-point favorite. I thought that spread was too high. Nuggets ended up covering. You want to bet on Sunday night's game 2? You can do so at America's #1 sports book. That would be FanDuel. It's because right now FanDuel is giving new customers a no-sweat first bet up to $2,500. That's up to $2,500 back in bonus bets if your first bet doesn't win. Just go to FanDuel.com/lockedon to sign up today to claim that no-sweat first bet. And you can bet on everything. Jokic, over-under on points. Jamal Murray, 3-pointers made by the Heat. There's all sorts of great prop bets there. Don't miss your shot at that no-sweat first bet. Go to FanDuel.com today /lockedon to sign up. You can bet on everything. Make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the Locked On Podcast Network. By the way, I've had this same song in my head all day today. Don Toliver and Justin Bieber, Private Landing. I don't know if you guys are hip-hop fans out there or not. That song might have been on my Sirius XM radio today about 50 times. I just hear that beat in my head. Boom, boom, boom. So Shout out to Don Tolliver. I like his music. All right. And Justin Bieber's not bad. Yeah, I just said it. Have you guys seen those Aaron Rodgers videos of him at the Taylor Swift concert or when the Jets interviewed him about all the songs? Like Aaron Rodgers is like a Swiftie, hardcore. That guy knows every song. Good for him. Pro Football Focus. Offensive tackle rankings. Top 32 ahead of the 2023 season. If you had to guess, would you say that the Lions have a pair of top 20 tackles? I would say yes. And I would be right. Penei Sewell came in at number 10, only sitting behind the following guys. At number 9, Rashawn Slater from the Chargers. Number 8, Colton Miller of the Slater of the Chargers, Miller of the Raiders. Tristan Wirfs of the Bucs comes in at number 6. Jordan Mailata from Philly comes in at 6. Christian Darrisaw 5 of the Vikings. I think that's high. Andrew Thomas 4, Giants. Laramie Tunsil at 3. Lane Johnson, number 2 of the Eagles. Boy, has he been good over the years. And Trent Williams, top tackle in the league for the 49ers. Then at number 10, it's Penei Sewell. The folks at PFF, and this was authored by Gordon McGinnis. Gordo writes, quote, on Sewell, there's a little bit of a projection in putting Sewell ahead of at least the next right tackle on the list, but it's a projection. I feel good enough about, given what we saw from him both in college and through 2 NFL seasons, his 83.0 PFF run blocking grade last season ranked 4th in the league at that position. He also improved in pass protection, allowing 7 fewer pressures on 19 more pass blocking snaps than the year before. So Penei Sewell is a top 10 tackle in this league. How about that? Just 2 years in. I was reading some articles today about how he's become a leader. PFF had him graded out as a top 3 Lion behind Hutchinson and Amon-Ra. So the Lions have something special in Penei Sewell, and even the national folks are recognizing him. Rest of the list, 11, Ryan Ramczyk, New Orleans, 12, Ronnie Stanley, Baltimore, David Bakhtiari is 13, Orlando Brown, 14, Braden Smith of the Colts, 15. I don't know about that. Brian O'Neill, 16 of the Vikings, Teron Armstead of the Dolphins, 17, Jake Matthews, Falcons, 18, and Taylor Decker comes in at number 19. They write, quote, Decker missed the first half of the 2021 season, but delivered in pass protection as soon as he got back on the field, finishing that year with an 84.0 PFF pass blocking grade. His 76.5 grade in that category last year didn't quite reach those heights, but in 7 NFL seasons, he's yet to finish with a pass blocking grade below 73.0. So Decker finishes in front of guys like Morgan Moses of the Ravens, Mike McGlinchey, the Broncos, Tyron Smith of the Cowboys, Garrett Bowles, Jawan Taylor, Caleb McGarry, Braxton Jones, etc. I love that. I love that. 2 guys in the top 20. We've waited for years here to see the Lions have a dominant offensive line, something that they can be proud of, something that they can run behind and have success. How many years, especially doing this show with Jim Caldwell and Patricia, this team always finished near the bottom in running the football. And the Lions aren't yet a great running team, but they've become good. The pass blocking's been there. And there's been a few times that when Taylor Decker's name comes up, people say he's at the end of his rope. You know, maybe he gets traded. Maybe Sewell was drafted to eventually become the left tackle. Taylor Decker is really solid. And he was a guy that stuck it out here. Didn't ask out, didn't want to ask to be traded, never opened up his mouth about things, just stayed professional, and has been a captain and has been a really, really solid left tackle. You've got to have veterans to win in this league. The Lions are a young team. Young team. Remember last year they had Michael Brockers. Michael Brockers couldn't play. He's done. Couldn't play. They deactivated him for a lot of the games. But you know what? He was there to teach some of the young guys, a veteran player on that defense that was around to tutor and to mentor. And it's one of the reasons why the Lions won 9 games last year. Taylor Decker is the same way for this offense. Goff loves him. His teammates love him. The Lions with 2 top 20 tackles, according to Pro Football Focus. I think that's awesome. That's where you build your team. If you don't have good tackles, if you don't have a good offensive line, your quarterback's going to get destroyed. All right. That's why last year the Bears won 3 games. Justin Fields might have run for his life and run for 1,000 yards, but he didn't have a lot of time to throw. And the Bears feel like they've upgraded their offensive line. Minnesota, the years they're bad, look where their O-line ranks. The years they're good, now they got Darisaw, it's been better. Right? Mahomes, same thing. Good teams win. The Niners are always good up front on their O-line and on their D-line. So, Lions with a pair of top 20 tackles, I think that is absolutely awesome. All right, a little Kirby Joseph talk from OTAs. I want to get into that coming up next. We have a new sponsor here on Locked On Lions, by the way. I've got it right here. And Locked On Lions today is brought to you by Marg's, M-A-R-G, Sparkling Margaritas. Look, you guys know I love a good drink. I've been trying to find a replacement for the normal High Noons and White Claws and everything else that's out there. And thank goodness I stumbled upon Marg's. Their refreshing, ready-to-drink sparkling margaritas have officially become my go-to cocktail. I love these things. They sent them to me in the mail. I tried them. Me and my wife like them. They're good. Crafted with real Blanco tequila, Marg's are clean, crisp, genuinely taste so good. They're refreshing, too. I like them. They've got 5 unique flavors, so there's something for everyone to enjoy. And they're good. I love these most when kicking back after work, watching a game, sitting out on the deck, whatever it is with friends. And this summer, I'll be packing my cooler with Marg's for backyard barbecues, boat trips, and days at the beach. Yes, I'm going to be at an undisclosed beach at some point later this month. Marg's are the drink of the summer, no question. You're going to be perfect. They'll be perfect for tailgating season as well this fall. Check it out. Visit sipmargs.com. That's SIPMARGS.com now to find a retailer near you. That's sipmargs.com to find a retailer near you. Must be 21 and over to enjoy. Cheers. And please drink responsibly. All right, so yesterday at OTAs, Kirby Joseph, the Lions' second-year safety, was wearing a free JMO t-shirt supporting his teammate Jamison Williams. It was a white t-shirt, red letters that said free JMO, and a picture of Jamison Williams in the middle. Of course, Jamison Williams currently is about to ready to serve a 6-game suspension for gambling, not on the NFL, but gambling at the Lions facility. We've been over this topic numerous times. I like the fact that Lion players have each other's backs. It's a very close-knit team. It's a good culture and everything else. But Jamison Williams broke the rules. All right? This idea that we've got a free JMO because Dan Campbell made it a point to say, we thought we did a good job of telling these players what they can and can't do inside and outside of the facility when it comes to gambling, when it comes to betting. And I get it. All right? All these NFL stadiums some of them have sports bookies in them. I just mentioned FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NFL. But the rules are the rules. They've told the players, if you're in the facility, if you're in the stadium, you cannot use your app and bet on sports. You just can't. So we had the free JMO shirt on yesterday. Dan Campbell said they're going to tell the guys again, and they're going to keep harping on them and what the rules are. But free JMO shirt, I think that's a bit much. Joseph, though, continues to play very, very well. Yesterday, he intercepted Jared Goff during the 7-on-7 drills. And, the more I listen to Kirby Joseph talk, and the more I, hear about how he's playing and what kind of shape that he's in, we talk about Brad Holmes last year stealing Malcolm Rodriguez in the late rounds. The Kirby Joseph draft pick may end up being one of Brad Holmes' best. He's a really good football player already. And for a rookie last year to pick off Aaron Rodgers, 3 times? Once at Ford Field, twice at Lambeau, and make big plays. Another interception yesterday at practice. So he's just a ball hawk. The Lions have had some decent safeties. Glover Quinn was decent. Mark Carrier. Tracy Walker's fine. He's good. But, I think Kirby Joseph is better than Lions good. I think he's good. And as a guy that will only get better as he's now flanked with the Cam Johnsons, the Emmanuel Mosleys, the CJ Gardner-Johnsons of the world next to him. You know, he at times last year was just carrying that secondary. You know, Deshaun Elliott, CJ Moore, Ife Melifonwu, those guys are fine. And being beside Tracy Walker now will help. But Kirby Joseph's good. Doesn't surprise me at all that he's making plays in practice and interceptions. He catches the ball. For years, Lion safeties and corners were dropping surefire interceptions. Not Kirby Joseph, man. Guy's got great hands. All right. Thanks to all of you for listening and watching. It's a Friday Locked On Lions. We are back again on Monday. Have a good weekend, everybody.